not all Hollywood movie characters can or should be sex symbols. Welcome to watchmojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 disfigured movie characters. Just to be clear, our list ranges from Hollywood creations to characters adapted from literature, and yes, even those based on true stories.
Remember that name you all had for me when I was at Internal Affairs?
Number 10, Harvey Dent, The Dark Knight.
I'm sorry, Harvey.
No, you're not. Not yet.
This comic book turned movie character is the White Knight of the Batman series, whose fall from grace coincided with half of his face becoming quite a disgrace.
Damn. Jesus. I thought you was dead.
Half.
This was caused by either an acid burn or a gasoline fire, depending on which continuity you're following. Either way, it not only gave him a split personality with a murderous slant, but literally two faces to act as a symbolic reminder.
He's not.
Who?
Your driver.
Number 9, Emperor Palpatine, Star Wars series.
I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
For decades, no one knew much about the mysterious Emperor or why he was just so gruesome looking. Most fans reasonably assumed he was either an alien or just really old.
Patience, my friend.
However, the prequels showed us that this once normal-looking human senator was actually disfigured when he was outed as a Sith Lord.
The attempt on my life has left me scarred.
That's right, his decision to use his dark force power of electricity against Sam Jackson's purple lightsaber was a bad idea. Number 8, Peyton Westlake, Darkman.
I'm learning to live with a lot of things.
Next up is Sam Raimi's unconventional superhero, played by Liam Neeson. As a scientist working on synthetic skin research, Liam's Westlake unfortunately finds himself in need of his own experimental technology. Horribly tortured and burned by mobsters, he survived only to use the unstable skin technology to exact his vengeance.
Dropping me! That's not something you can live with!
Number 7, Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street series.
The souls of the children give me strength.
This fedora-wearing psychopath with a striped shirt and claws has been scaring horny teenagers since the 1980s.
Welcome to prime time, bitch!
While he is an undead serial killer who stalks children in their dreams, his horrifyingly disfigured form is the result of the brutal street justice enacted upon him by the parents of his victims while he was still alive. Which became his look for all eternity. Number 6, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th series. This undead serial killer was once a mentally handicapped and deformed child who drowned thanks to counselor negligence. Now he regularly comes back as a behemoth of an adult to pay the deed forward with sharp objects. While Jason covers his face with his iconic hockey mask, that hasn't stopped him from gleefully sharing a quick flash of his face with a select few of his victims. Number 5, Lotney Sloth Fratelli, The Goonies. A member of a crime family, he's kept in chains like a beast. That is, until one of the Goonies manages to befriend this misunderstood man.
And now, the final crowning touch to this cake. Take about
Born deformed, Sloth is first teased as a standard movie monster before his heroic and kind nature is revealed and helps the kids defeat his family members.
Because I love you.
Oh, I love you, Chuck.
Oh, I love you, Sloth.
Number 4, Rock Dennis, Mask.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah. When are you gonna invent one of these things so a guy's rear end isn't always hanging out?
And now we transition away from fiction with a film that is actually based on a true story of a friendly boy suffering from an extremely rare disorder.
Then you told me he'd never be able to do anything that regular kids could do. You know, if I had dug his grave every time one of you geniuses told me he was going to die, I'd be eating chop suey in China by now.
Nicknamed Leonidas, this affliction caused Rocky's cranium to grow to grotesque proportions. In his struggle to find acceptance, he even goes as far as enrolling in a camp for the blind.
I think just your forest green we're talking here. It's kind of a misty, grayish green.
Rocky, I've been blind since I was born. I don't know green.
The film won an Academy Award for Best Makeup, while actor Sam Elliott earned a Golden Globe nomination for his heartfelt portrayal. Number 3, Joseph Merrick, The Elephant Man.
And the extensive area covered by papillomatous growth, the patient has been called the Elephant Man.
This drama is based on the true story of a man struggling with a severe deformity in 19th century London. Depicted by then revolutionary makeup effects, John Hurt played the role of a man who was forced to make a living in a Victorian freak show.
Say yes.
However, his life is changed when he is taken to a hospital to be studied and treated, struggling to prove that he is a human that deserves as much respect as the next man.
I am not an animal! I am a human being!
Number 2, Quasimodo, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I knew I'd never know that warm and loving glow.
Based on a French Gothic novel by Victor Hugo, this story from 1831 has been adapted several times to the silver screen.
Well, that's funny.
What?
I don't see any.
Any what?
Monster lines. Not a single one.
Centered on a mostly deaf bell ringer for the Notre Dame Cathedral, this deformed character's tale centers on him falling in love with a kind-hearted gypsy dancer.
You mistreat this poor boy the same way you mistreat my people. You speak of justice, yet you are cruel to those most in need of your help.
A victim of his time, he is subjected to the prejudice and intolerance of the church. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Now, I can help with the scars.
Number 1, Eric Mulheim, The Phantom of the Opera.
Now, let it be war upon you both.
Drawing the curtain on our list is yet another French literary character, the similarly tormented phantom created by writer Gaston Leroux in 1910. A man covering his natural deformity with a mask, he charms with his heavenly voice.
I am your angel of music. Come to me, angel of music.
Haunting the Paris Opera House, he uses fear to command both a salary and an open box to watch the show.
This is the point of no return!
When he falls for a performer, he kidnaps her, and a story reminiscent of Beauty and the Beast plays out.
Christine, I love you.
Agree with our list?
No.
Which deformed movie character do you find the most unforgettable? For more hideous top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to watchmojo.com.